Today, I want to talk about some really interesting stuff. Now, I know in my last video, I made mention about this, and it seems to be a topic now that everyone wants to hear more about. So right now, there is a new bill which will give $2,000 or a direct payment of $2,000 to every American. So right now, I'll be talking about if you will be getting this money, when you can expect to get it, who may be eligible, and many of the questions that you guys would have about this new bill. Now, just before we get into it, I want to say a special thank you to my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel once more, as I really like seeing your comments. Now, if you're new here and this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Ian, and on this channel, I talk a lot about investing, personal finance, and making money. So with that said, if these are topics that you would be interested in, give this video a thumbs up so it can reach more people and help them out as well. And also consider subscribing to the channel as well so you can get updates of when I post future videos, and I post videos here several times a week. So back to the stimulus bill. Now, this bill is much different from the one that included the one-time $1,200 payment, and this bill will actually allow some families to get not only $2,000, but up to $5,500 every single month. So this new stimulus bill is really a big deal now. Now, when I say payments every single month, this could go up to a full 12-month period. I mean, imagine getting $5,500 every single month for the next 12 months. Will that help you out in your situation right now? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, as for the actual bill, I waited to make this video because I wanted to have a copy to show you guys, or to at least see it myself. Now, just as it was with the first stimulus bill, I will save you guys from having to read this incredibly long document, right? So the purpose of this bill is to provide the issuance of emergently monthly payments to every American through the duration of the crisis. Now, this is the only bill that has been brought forward for a second stimulus payment, and so I believe that it's either going to be this or nothing at this point. Now, with that said, we can't be sure if it will pass as the way it is right now. Looking back at the first one, they made changes to it almost every single day for an entire week. So there could be several modifications to this new bill before it actually gets passed. And if you guys want to stay updated on the progress, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So each time I post an update here on YouTube, you'll be able to see it first. Now, to cover some things in this bill and answer some questions that you guys may already have about this new bill. So the bill right now is to provide each American with payments of $2,000 per month for up to 12 months. Now, they will be doing this as 6-month increments for the duration of the crisis that we are in. So if it does get passed, we can be sure of at least payments for the next 6 months. Now, this bill was introduced because of one problem that we're having right now. We are at record unemployment levels, and if so much people are without income, then this economy is going to be in a huge amount of trouble soon. Now, we got the one-time payments of $1,200, but that's clearly not enough, and most people have already spent that money on food and groceries. So now this bill is seeking to provide sustainable payments to all Americans. Now, as for the requirements to be able to get this money, here's what would happen if it were to pass as it is right now. Now, these are all as of right now, and as this bill is modified or updated, I will post new information. So every American adult age 16 and older making less than $130,000 annually would receive at least $2,000 per month. Now, married couples earning less than $260,000 combined would receive at least $4,000 per month. That's at least. Now, qualifying families with children will receive an additional $500 per child, and families will receive funds for up to 3 children. So you can get a maximum of $1,500 extra per month for children, and that's even if you have a dozen kids. So that's the limit. Now, as an example, a married couple making under $260,000 a year with 3 kids would now receive $5,500 per month, which is really the maximum for any family to receive. Now, for those who had no earnings or were unemployed or are currently unemployed, they would also be eligible to get this money. Now, those who were not eligible in 2019 or 2018 but would be eligible in 2020, they could submit at least 2 consecutive months of paychecks to verify their income and their eligibility. So what that really means here is if you made over $130,000 in 2019 or 2018, then you wouldn't be eligible to get this money. But let's say you've now lost your job because of the bear virus, or your income has dropped below that threshold, then clearly you would need this stimulus money. So if that's the case, then you could use your pay stubs, if we can still call them that, to verify your employment and also the amount of money that you are making as of right now. So the Emergency Money for the People Act also expands the program to millions more Americans who were excluded from the original CARES Act. I remember some of you guys having questions about college students and adults with disabilities who are still claimed as dependents, and in the previous or current package that is running out of money, they would have not received any financial aid. And these people need it too clearly. So now with this new bill, these individuals will receive the payment and their parents or guardians will receive the dependent credit if that's the case. So this one is much different from the previous or the current stimulus package, and this one, in my opinion, covers much more, and really some people who should not have been left out before would be able to get some cash aid now from this bill if it were to be passed. Now, remember guys, this isn't final by any means, and it's probably a long way off from being finalized. It has to be passed by the House and then passed by the Senate and then signed by the President. So 3 major steps before this bill can provide any economic relief for us. And through this process, the amounts could be reduced. The eligibility requirements could change and a lot can happen. And we saw this with the first stimulus payment. I mean, firstly, they said $1,000 for all Americans, then it was changed for just some people, then it was changed to $1,200 and left out people who didn't earn any income, and it was revised more times than I can even count right now. Now, this doesn't mean that we are going to be waiting months, right? The CARES Act, which was, by the way, introduced by the same 2 senators who introduced this bill, was passed in just 3 weeks. So in the coming days and weeks, we should have some more important updates on this bill in terms of where it's going and if it's more likely that it will be passed. Now, when and if this bill gets passed, it should take 14 days or 2 weeks from that date before we start receiving the payments. So I think in about 2 weeks, we will know if this will be happening, and then shortly after, when it will be happening. Now, I hope I gave you guys a clear and simple idea of what to expect from this bill. But if you have any questions, just write me a comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to you as quickly as I can. There's also a link that I'll be leaving down below which will take you to a page where you can actually track the progress of this new bill. So check that out down below. Well, those are the updates as it relates to this new stimulus bill. And if you guys like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up so it can reach other people and in turn help them out as well. Now, if you're still watching and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, now is the time to do so. Once again, guys, thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care.